Hello, hello. Hey.
Hello. Live. It's not going.
Oh, hey, everybody.
Hey, okay.
Hello.
Looks like we have connection.
We're live. We're live.
All right,
oh
we're live
my God, everybody.
2021. Congratulations.
You did it. You did it, guys.
Thank
We
you.
did it.
Thank you. Thank you for everyone for being here. It's wonderful. Oh, yes, and now we have these wonderful animations made by Neil Barheit. They're going to be floating in and around. We got a good batch of the crew here at Audio for the Arts, and we're so psyched to be rocking through this video album. It's called Peace and Anarchy. It's the name of the deal. It's been in the works for a good hot minute, and feels good to see it coming to fruition. Anybody want to talk about like what the journey has been to this point?
What the journey has been, man. Well, basically, since COVID, haven't been able to play shows, and we still wanted to be creative and stuff. It's like, what are we gonna do? We can't play shows. Let's make music videos instead.
Right.
I feel like it's basically what happened with this album.
Mm-hmm. And it actually has been a while since the last album even we released, because Akashic was 2017, and we had a rhythm of like one a year for a minute there. And we got Gravity. Gravity is on our side here. We got some shirts that we made. With some of the crew on here. This is our camera here right now, right? So yeah, our buddy Pete helped us out here, did some screen prints, made some sweet stuff. Got the album cover up right here, having some fun with that. That's one thing we did. Oh wait, you can't hear me if I'm not in the mic, can you? Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
So yeah, and so it's kind of like nice, even that, I feel like just that break like spurred this album into coming into completion too. I don't know, we were just in constant, rock and roll mode, Maybash every day. So in a sense, it's been nice to have this kind of breath and, stew on the vision, look ahead, look behind, reflect on.
I think with
like
with our last album with the Akashic record, the idea was to make collect a bunch of songs like sequentially and connect them in some way visually. And I think not playing shows this past year has given us an opportunity to really experiment with how we can connect song from song visually in a way that we haven't been able to do before with videos and animations and stuff like that. And yeah, it's been a really cool way to explore a new visual kind of storytelling with the music that we had.
Mm-hmm.
What a journey.
It's been great.
Well, let's hop right into some music, and let's let this party start. Our first track off the album is it's like Sticky Heart, right?
Sticky
Heart. Do you want to, Elliot, as the writer of the song, you want to do any pre-introduction, just a little tidbit about the tune?
Yeah, sure. It's been a wild ride again. We survived Trump's first presidency.
No.
Hopefully first and only.
Knock on wood.
But yeah, we still got a long way to go of keeping our politicians accountable, and I think it's up to us every day to vote with our actions and realize our potential to change society, as individuals, and then coming together from there. And yeah, that's basically what it's about, taking the power back and not giving up.
All right, here we go.
Yeah.
Sticky Heart, ladies and germs.
Hey, how's it going?
back.
Hello.
Wow.
In the studio.
Neat.
That was neat. That was
Really
it.
fun.
Man, Chucky, your ability to like play super fast 16th notes just seems to be ever increasing.
Thank you. Yeah, thank
Incredible,
you.
incredible.
I use my hands.
Use your hands real good, buddy.
Mr. John Bonham.
Some high-powered rolls.
So you
High-powered rolls
you
in there.
you did most of the making of that video, and that's probably it's a good one to start out with because they're only going to get more cluttered and crazy from there. And I remember what was the one thing, because when you had it started out, it was just like the straight white background, right?
Yep. Very basic. You know, this was pretty much my first video endeavor of my life, really. So yeah, it's got a little bit of a second grade kind of feel to it.
Yeah, so you all get to kind of see our evolution as video makers through the course of this album.
Yeah, because you guys made them in order, right? Like
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
So
kind of
as
made
you
them
hear
as they
them,
were going.
the more time they've spent.
It's like the skill increases as the time to get the videos done decreases. So it's like there's like a bit of a franticness to how they're edited.
Yeah, it about balances out.
It's really great. Yeah. So there's like there's a little stylistic continuity,
Right.
but there is definitely a learning curve that they got in front of.
Evolution in action.
A visual learning curve that you can see in
Yeah.
action. All right, so we're going to give away some stuff. We're going
Yeah.
to give away these T-shirts behind us here.
We got all kinds, sizes, shapes.
So we're going to give it away by doing a trivia question to start it out here. So, Elliot, you thought of this one. What's the trivia question, dude?
Okay, yeah. So our trivia question, our first one today, is what is the origin of the peace symbol?
The piece.
Leave it in the
symbol.
comment section there.
Yep. Put it in the comments if you know what it is. Alta Vista is allowed for reference. That's it.
Also, just, you got to leave a bibliography if you do
Yep.
cite. If you do cite it,
Yeah, I thought it was going to be Earthlings trivia, so I felt confident. I do not know
Right.
the answer to this one.
No, we're gonna. It's not all so factual. There's some more
I thought I was
abstract.
going to win me a shirt.
Yeah. No, we got some. We got some
shirts.
earthling trivia. For
Make
you.
your own, dude.
Yeah, okay.
we just.
So yeah, we'll go ahead.
Oh yeah, no, I was just gonna say these. It's really excited to get these shirts out to you too because we just, hand
made 'em.
screen printed them. Just figured out how to, like burn our own screen prints. These are all like images that we've taken ourselves, and one's the album cover, one's like a band lineup. But man, it's been awesome. So yeah,
All right, let's get back to some tunes, folks? While you guys are looking up the origin of the peace symbol, let's do Stout-Hearted Iconoclast. Here we go.
It's no easy burning, Connecticut. I grew up in Tennessee. We would slave out beneath the sun, make a few bucks just to bring it home. Give it right back to the man. City's all part of a massive plan. No man, fuck that, it ain't for me. I ain't innocent about your society. 'Cause I'm stout-hearted, I come in fast. So you fuck your sister, you can kiss my ass. So you subordinate, I'm the on-top brass. I see this is a little down and I listen to the best. 'Cause I'm stout-hearted, I come in fast. So you fuck your gal, you can kiss my ass. And you just gotta go along with some going in fast. But this one, I'm gonna hear rock and turn from dirt in the past. 'Cause I'm a OG, it's me E.T. They trying to synthesize and sympathize with me, but I can see just right through all the rhythms and systems that they wanna do it and put you into a line and do define what you are and put into your mind and just what you should and shouldn't be fucked down when I'm living on you being free. 'Cause I'm a stout-hearted iconoclast. And if fuck your sister, you can kiss my ass. I'm a subordinate, I'm on top pass. I see the system of attacking, I'm listening to it. 'Cause I'm a stout-hearted iconoclast. And if fuck your gal, you can kiss my ass. And if there's hell, then I guess I'm going real fast. But it's my own opinion, I'm turning dirt to grass. 'Cause I'm a stout-hearted. I'm stout-hearted. Cause I'm a stout-hearted iconoclast.
Saying what?
Should have probably said a naughty language warning, but
put a
whatever.
parental advisory for the rest of the album. We'll probably be needing that.
Yeah,
Sorry,
there's a few-
Zoe.
there's a
Actually,
few zingers
fairly
out there.
rare with the Earthlings.
Not anymore, actually. So
Less rare with
less
the Earthlings.
rare
We're
these
making
days.
up for last time here.
Oh, man.
Five out of the 10 songs when we had to play on WVMO, I had to do censored versions for 5 out of 10. So there you go. Sorry, Zoe.
And they're hard. They're hard
half the time.
censors. They're like it. Yeah,
They're
they're
F-bombs,
like
baby.
get those F-bombs.
They're in there. They're in there. Yeah.
Get the shits out of there.
Yeah. Well, there's more emoting. I feel like on this album, there's like more direct kind of angst and that like
That
you
song
know,
especially is a good
propelled
example
intention,
of that.
yeah.
Of that where it's like, yeah, fuck your system, kiss my ass. Like, it's like very forward, wears its heart on its sleeve. That song.
Yes.
That's stout-hearted.
Stout-hearted.
On its sleeve.
Inspired by Annie Laurie Gaylor over at the Freedom from Religion Foundation. So shout out to those guys over there, keeping the wall up between church and state.
Separate them. Gotta
Separate
keep
them.
them separated.
So for anybody joining, we haven't gotten any answers on Facebook or YouTube. Where's the peace sign come from?
Where do you guys think?
What is the
what
origin
is-
of the peace symbol? A hint is it has something to do with water.
It's something to do with water and letters.
Water and letters. All right. Two
Big categories, but there's an answer in there.
What's our next song?
Oh, let's check out the
Top of the
syllabus.
World.
Yes.
Top of the World.
This was
Our punk rock tune.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, this one I love because like the origin of it was so like spontaneous and like Earthling in the moment. Mm-hmm. I think me,
Does
Neil, and
Austin Bond,
yeah.
who cannot be here right now. He's alive.
He's alive.
He's just not able to be here.
Right.
He
He's holding
decided
it down
to join
at a
us
haunt,
for
actually.
our best album and then just peace out.
Right.
Yeah, he helped write some of the greatest songs, and then
Bye.
Yep.
Yeah, he's actually the reason why I'm able to make it here today.
yeah, he's covering for
Thanks,
he's
Austin.
covering for
He's
Chucky, so it's
covering
good.
for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, wherever
Yeah,
you
so-
are,
so-
you're
Thanks,
going.
Austin.
Top of the World was like Austin, Elliot, and I were at band practice, and I think it was just going to be us that night, or for the rest of the night. And we're like, well, let's jam. We jammed some, and then we're like, let's write a punk song. We're talking about punk music. Like, let's write a simple punk song. And then Austin very quickly was like, wrote a chuggy bass line, and then we just like went right into writing it. And I think we played it, and then that's how it was written. We just played the song,
Yeah.
and then it was finished, and we're like, oh, there we go.
Yeah. And that initial riff is just so ripping. Yeah. And as soon as that hit, it was like, whoop, we were all there. And we're like, oh, this is the song. And then the song just like tore a hole through.
Reality. Let's listen to it.
Oh, and this was also mixed by Hart Allen Miller.
Oh, yeah. What's his
Yep.
name? Hart Allen Miller?
Hart, yeah, Hart's the shit. He's a great guy. So he threw down there, gave a fresh set
He
of ears
did.
to it, pushed some stuff up in there that was like, whoa, yeah, that's in there, okay.
And this is pretty fun for all you audio nerds out there. When we came to mastering the album and putting it all together, we got his mix, and we're listening to my mix, listening to his mix, and we're like, man, we like how crispy and punchy like all the drums are, and his and everything's just like bam, straight right in your face, and he put in a couple cool like delay effects.
Yeah.
And then we're like listening to mine. I was like, man, but like the guitars are so wide and girthy in mine. And then we're like, you know what? There's no rules. Let's just use both of them. So
Slap them together.
when you hear this song, you are hearing two different people's kind of
Literally a
interpretations.
double mix.
Yeah, it's cool. It's
Yeah.
it's collaborative in that part of the process.
Yeah,
So.
you don't see that happening every day, but
No, that's certainly
just-
breaking some rules.
follow the random.
We got an
journey that
answer
it
on
gives
some
you.
on some YouTube on the YouTube comment section. We got two answers. It looks like Old Oaks was in first. Oh, with it.
Fingers.
Wait. Let's see if they're right though, because I don't know.
Wait,
they're
what?
right.
They're right.
They're
It's
right.
because they've confirmed each other in the answers. Is it nuclear disarmament?
Yes,
Absolutely.
Yes.
correct. Nuclear
Yes.
disarmament.
Oh,
Old
right.
Oaks.
All right,
Old
Old Oaks.
Oaks.
Well,
Oaks.
while we were talking about it, in
Yeah.
a minute, tell us about the history of that.
Okay, yeah, just in a little snippet of that. It's the symbol is derived from a like mariners' symbols where they use their arms to create different letters, and going like this, like from the bottom like of the peace sign is an N, and then like straight line is a D. So you overlay those on top of each other, nuclear disarmament, and that's what we're here for.
And we still need to do it.
We still got a lot of it to do.
So it's a relevant symbol.
Excellent, Old Oaks. Thank you.
Thank
All right.
you, Old Oaks.
Nice job, guys.
Here
We'll
comes Top
Oaks.
we'll write it down. We'll pick you out of shit here. All right, top of the world, folks. Here we go. Rock and roll, punk rock. That's easily the hardest song we've ever done, right?
It's pretty crunchy. Dragon Storms, I don't know. It's up there, though.
Yeah.
But
got some really
that's got the
dissonant stuff.
lows that this song doesn't have, though. This is pedal
straight,
to the metal,
straight
baby.
head barn burning. This one's the one you want to give to the kids for sure.
That was watching that video again. I'm reminded of the B-roll in that video is taken from the Rolling for Rights that Freedom Skate Shop was putting on. So Freedom Skate Shop this past summer would put on Rolling for Rights to raise like awareness for the police brutality and stuff like that. And just watching the video was like super cool to see all the skating from that day.
Yeah, we really kind of captured a moment in history, which is a nice thing about doing video stuff. It is very kind of journalistic in a way, even though it's just for fun. It's like we're gonna be able to look back at that in 20 years and be like, oh yeah, that was from protests about George Floyd, which is gonna be something that's still like in history. It's crazy.
It's a moment in time, and then this album attaches itself to a lot of what's going on like in the zeitgeist right now, and so to see it reflected in the videos is like, hey, pretty awesome, kind of cool. Hey,
yeah, this is a pretty fun experience to just like sit back and watch what we've spent like all of our hearts and souls on for so long.
This is like a year in producing the album, dude, and then like writing and performing all of these songs. Like these songs, like finding their these songs finding their footing was a matter of playing the music live in front of you guys and stuff, and then this past year has just been refining those those experiences and trying to immortalize those on the album for you.
Immortalize. All right, next song is gonna be "Crazy Guys," and so this brings us to our next trivia thing. So, "Crazy Guys" song I wrote, kind of about immigration and stuff, and wrote it 4 years ago when Trump was talking about border wall, talking about all of that nonsense and his terrible opinions on all that stuff. So it really it made me want to learn a lot about immigration on the southern border and kind of the history of it in this country. So in doing so, I found out a lot of really cool information. You can really just track the history of the anti-immigration sentiment that has grown in the past 40 years. And part of it is the Bracero program, which was a government program in a period of history. The trivia question is, when did the Bracero program begin? What was the year of its inception?
1971.
1971 is Chucky's answer, and he's wrong. Yes. And that's his camera right there. Dang it. Sorry, Chucky. Well, you can Google it.
Years.
You can Google it like everybody else. Okay.
Okay.
When the song's playing.
Okay.
So here we go. Crazy Guys. We all ain't crazy guys. Yes. If Zoe's watching, that was you at the end. That was that little sound was Zoe, 3 years old. I think I had her in here one day, and we were recording, and she's in that song, granulated and auto-tuned. But your music career, Zoe, it's off to a great start.
How many albums has she been on now?
How many albums has she been on? She two now, because she was on my last solo record.
Yes.
I Was Sleeping. She named it, and she's on it. She's burped in that one.
That's awesome.
So she's got some burp tracks going on in that one. But yeah, so who is our winner for the trivia on that one? That was a pretty quick one.
Yeah, that was real fast. And I think the winner for that one is Caseface McGee.
Caseface McGee, Casey Seymour.
He was lightning quick.
Lightning quick.
Right
I
out of
didn't
the
even
gates.
finish. I didn't even finish typing out the question on YouTube. And you guys can answer on YouTube too. You guys can answer on YouTube and Facebook if you want to send in your answers.
Yes, honorable mention to Danielle Lund. Also got the correct answer, which is 1942 was when the Bracero program was initiated.
Also, honorable mention to Brywai, who said 1969.
Oh, would have been a better program if it started.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's brief history of it is interesting. Like, so in researching about the history of immigration on our southern border, like we didn't have any border patrol to stop immigration from people coming up from Central America and South America. The Border Patrol was established to stop people like Europeans who are trying to skirt Ellis Island coming up from Mexico. And we didn't have the kind of anti-Mexican immigration sentiment that we have in a lot of the country until 1942, because 1942, World War II happens. All the men in the country leave to go to war. Nobody's here to pick the fields. So it's like, oh, what do we do? Oh, we have these great neighbors down south that are great agriculturalists. Let's have seasonal labor. So the government made this program to bring up seasonal labor, create temporary work programs for these people. And it was great to start. Then, people come back from war. They're like, oh, you have these jobs that we want. Now we don't want you here. And it went from, we were sponsoring immigration and creating this
Migrant
cycle,
work.
this migrant cycle of people. And then after like 10 years or so, basically, as a country's attitude, we were like, oh, we don't want you anymore.
Renege on it.
And that's pretty much the line we've been tracing. So read about it, learn about it. Learn about things. That's what we should all be doing.
There's some problems today that have their fundamental foundation in stuff like that. And so if we educate ourselves about institutional wrongs that we can learn to right today, we can be more active in politics today.
Amen, brother. Amen, brother man. All right. We should say also to Casey and Frank and anybody else who wins these lovely T-shirts, DM us and we will get your address and stuff, and we'll send it to you, or you can come pick it up from us or whatever. But DM us and we'll hook you up. I suppose we should shout out Pete, right? Pete, who helped with making screen stuff.
Oh, Pete, yes.
Pete.
Man, Pete's the man.
Pete also made this shirt. This is his drawing.
Yeah, that's his design, the cat. Yeah.
Oz the cat, Ozzy.
Ozzy, and he's an artist dude, and
He's
He's kind of been an honorary, Earthling around the members ever since the clubhouse days at the Wisco. He's always, got his wizardy tendrils into
wild
anything
card.
crazy going on. Yeah, he's a wild card. He'll keep you on your toes.
You don't have to play in the band to be an Earthling. You can contribute to being an Earthling in plenty different ways. And he's definitely, over the years, given us a good reason to include him in the Earthlings. So, Petey.
Yeah, he's
Earthling.
got a giant heart and a plethora of amazing stories of his exploits, and he brings a passion to a new world that we're coming into and evolving into better Earthlings.
So much passion. One time I remember he was at a practice at the Vault, the bike shop, and we were jamming, and he he got so into using a nut rattle that I had that he shook every single last nut off of the rattle. And I like look up at the end of the song like, Pete, like that was sweet, but that's my shaker, dude. But we love him. We love him.
You got to.
All right, let's hop over to the next tune. I got to call Luke Peters after this. Hopefully, we're gonna have Luke Peters on. And if he's not there, we got Daniel on the line. Maybe we'll pop in with him. We'll sneak preview. What the heck? We'll see what's going on. But this next song is called.
Lost spinning plate.
Oh my goodness! This
We're
next
having
song's
fun over
called.
here. I'm having fun. You guys
This is
having
fun.
Noah's doing an amazing job here. Let's just give it up for Noah. He's really been the mastermind of putting this whole operation together.
Yeah.
He's the reason that you're seeing these
Daniel's not clapping.
logos, and Daniel is going to be joining us here
Daniel
soon.
doesn't
Oh, did
have
you
to
see
clap.
that transition?
Cube
that
zoom.
transition does not transition itself, people. But yeah, thanks.
Enough
Noah,
with the
you're man.
nonsense. Let's hop into more some music.
Let's do it. Let's rock.
DNA is the name of this next song. The end. There we go. All right, let's see if this works. Luke, can you hear us?
I can hear you.
Oh my God, we
Let's
can
hear
hear you.
cheers of the Earthlings and smelling melons.
It's working. Everybody, we got Luke Peters in the house. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good. Good to hear the beautiful music and see the beautiful lyrics with the beautiful visuals.
Right?
Congrats
Isn't
on
it
another
fun?
album.
Right? You're on this album.
Yes. I
You
sang
found your way into one song at least.
Yeah, the last tune, sung a little bit, and did my Johnny Cash nylon guitar.
Yes.
Sounds great.
Now I'm trying to remember from talking to you before. Did you say that those were like one takes? Like you just played the song for the first time and just played along and sang to it, and that's what we got?
Yeah, I think I did like 9 takes or something, like 8 or 9 takes. The first takes, I just deleted everything in the first half of the song and kept the end, and then the last couple takes were more my official runs at it.
Okay. So when I was mixing them, I got to hear the evolution. Gotcha.
That's Area 51, right? That's Area 51 to be clear. That's the song.
That's the song we're talking about. Area 51.
Hearing at the end, it is one of my favorite songs I think that we've ever made. Period. It's so freaking weird, and
Yes, agreed.
yeah,
I
it's
love
great.
that one. When I listened to the album for the first time and that one came on, I was like, hell yes. I just really like the, kind of like country vibe almost, but then it's about aliens, so.
Always a good combo. So, 10 years the Earthlings have been a thing, huh?
Yeah, I can
That's
remember.
pretty bananas. I've been just kind of telling people that, and it's one of those things that when you hear yourself say it, you're like, what? That's a long time.
Let me give you my 10 years ago story. So Elliot, we were at some crazy, really kind of creepy party that the last few, and Elliot performed at
That was at my house, right?
This was in Milwaukee, correct?
Yeah, that was at my house.
No, it was not at your
No?
house.
Oh, okay.
It was somewhere, some party, some bash.
Was it the place where they had like a bathtub full of WAP and nobody was there?
That sounds about right. Yeah.
I think I was there, and that was the first time we met, I think.
Yeah, that was my
Oh,
house.
I
That was
do
your
remember
house?
that.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't there. Wasn't there.
Was it in Mount Horeb?
I think it was in Mount Horeb, and Elliot, you did like a solo thing. You weren't there, no, I don't think.
Oh,
You
this
did
was
like
a New
solo
Year's
thing.
Eve.
Oh, that's when I had mono and Elliot drank
Chucky had
drums for the
mono.
last few, yeah.
So you're talking
Yes.
when Chucky had mono, yes.
Good thing I got mono then, huh?
Right?
Oh my god.
Okay, so
drums.
So
And
yeah,
then,
I filled in. I remember going to your house and being like, "All right, I'm going to pick up the drums." We're going to be cool, right? He's not going to and you were just like, "Oh, oh my god." I'm like, "Okay, yeah, I'm doing him a favor."
And then I'm gonna sneak in one more story, and then a little while later, Jerry was working on some music, and we went over to Elliot's house on Fish Hatchery in the basement and made Spacosphere. And to me, that was kind of like the birth of the Earthlings, is making of Spacosphere, which was quite a trip with lots of delayed out stuff. So yeah, it's been a journey, and then you guys are keeping it strong, keeping it going, loving the new stuff.
Thanks, brother man. So, we need another trivia question. I believe when we talked a few days ago about this, we gave you carte blanche to pick something. Did you forget about that, Luke, or did you get
I
something?
didn't forget. I was thinking about it on my walk here a minute
Oh, what a
ago.
guy.
I'm in
What a
Denver,
guy.
Colorado. But the best I could come up with is how many people have played in the Earthlings, and I think we're gonna have to. We're all gonna have
We're
to
gonna
chip
have to
in
figure
and
that
see
one
if
We're
out.
going
we
to have to
can
start a little
figure out
text
the
chain about
number.
this, make sure we're straight.
And to be clear, how many gigs do you have to do with those to fit the requirement?
Shit.
Let's say 2.
There's been quite a
Two?
few. Yeah.
Multiple
Two,
gigs.
two's good.
No one-offs.
Okay.
You hear that, all you freaking one-offs out there?
I don't know if there's many.
I don't think there's many.
Well, they're one away from being a member.
Yeah, that's true.
So come on back.
I don't think we know the answer though.
No, this is going to be fun.
Okay, I got another Earthlings trivia. How about we'll just throw two out there? And what Earthlings member, past, present, or future, shares a birthday with Vince Carter?
Ooh, let's do that one. That one we won't have to figure. We will try and
Sounds pretty
we'll
tangible.
figure out the number of how many Earthlings there have been. But let's make that the official.
Bonus question: which past, future, or present Earthlings member shares a president with former President George W. Bush?
Let's keep it with the Vince Carter one. We're gonna confuse people. All right.
If you can name
Also,
any
what's
person
my
that
birthday?
Also, what's my social security number? Last 4 digits. Whose last 4 digits of their social security number? All right.
1969.
All right. Birthday shared with Vince Carter. That's the official trivia question, everyone. What Earthling shares a birthday with Vince Carter, a historical basketball player who played for the Toronto Raptors?
Yeah,
great
he's
guy.
great.
Great
Magic.
player. Great player.
The Nets.
And while you're figuring that out, we're going to listen to our next song. It's called My Girl. Luke, thank you so much for joining with
Thank
us.
you,
We'll
Luke.
talk with you
Thank
some
you,
more
thank
after this
you.
song. Does that sound good?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Great.
Sweet.
Oh, and then we got more guests coming up too. We
More
got
guests coming,
Mr.
too.
Daniel Hashke.
All right.
Hashke.
My Girl. Here we go. I'm saying this for me and for everyone out there.
This
My Girl's the
song
next
is
song. Here we
called
go.
My Girl.
It's called
Emphasis on
My
the girl.
That's
It's not
right, My Girl.
It's My
My
Girl.
Girl. This is My Girl.
It's a different song. Same basic message. Hold on.
I just want to say, everybody had a little technical difficulty there. I forgot to
funky.
keep the gain turned up for that video, so I'm going to do that right now.
Just to prove we're humans.
I
We're mortals.
think so. I hope that this works.
Just to prove, hopefully, this. Yeah, technology is tricky. There's a lot of
go,
pieces.
guys.
Technology's
Channel
A lot
only
of
human.
knobs, a lot of faders.
Oh, it's been a busy week, guys. All right,
So
bear
far,
with us. Bear
Great
with
so far,
us.
Yeah, Noah's juggling all kinds of crazy chamber orchestra mixing and
Oh my God! Get
He's-
out!
he's a busy guy.
Jeez, pity party
a
me.
lot of,
All right,
knobs.
Here we go. Cross your fingers.
My
try this
Girl.
again.
My Girl.
All right, we're going to
Kill
try
some
this
time.
again.
Kill some time, guys. I'm going
Let's
to
bring
reload
some
it.
time to life.
I'm
All
going
right,
to reload
so
it here.
let's talk about My Girl. This was
Mike?
a song that's been around for quite
Very
a
long time.
a
This is
very
an old.
long-
Like-
This might be before my time. I think
My-
in the Earthlings.
It was. I think it was before Akashic record.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Pre-Akashic,
Absolutely.
yeah. It was almost like it had just been assimilated into the discography, and we never bothered to record it because it was like just there.
Yeah. There's
but
several
yeah.
songs like that where we'll write a whole song. It will be more fleshed out than like songs I've come up with on my own, and it won't get recorded. It'll just be like a little flash in the pan that just
Yeah.
exists in a live setting, and that's one of the.
That's speaking of which, that was really cool about Beacons. This is when Luke was about to leave to Seattle,
Right.
and then he's like, "Yo, we're putting these down because I gotta put these down." It's
Yeah.
like,
Those- yeah,
it's one of my
yeah.
favorite albums.
Yeah, that was a great call. Yeah, there's like that immediacy to it of like the band alive and the music coming through it. That this album is kind of in that same. It's like Beacon-esque in that way.
Yeah, it was crazy.
yeah.
I remember because I was on vacation in New Orleans when the pandemic started. So I drove back from New Orleans because we didn't want to go on an airplane again, and just like drove overnight, and it was super just eerie. There was no one out on the roads or anything like that. And then like go and we're in quarantine, and like 2 days pass, and we're like, we should start recording an album then, right? And I think we started like with
Yeah.
Auger and I definitely remember doing.
Dandelions was Crazy
Dandelions-
Guys was kind of in that.
Dandelions and Crazy Guys were sort of written or recorded in a way that like seemed sort of they were satellite recording processes. It wasn't like the rest of the album was sort of written as like let's finish this album. Those two were sort of like we have these songs and they're tight and they sound great and let's get them for our next project. There wasn't really like a realized version of what the final project would be. And then when we started to sort of like develop the idea of what Peace and Anarchy was going to be, those two songs actually not only like fit the album but worked as bridges from one song to another sort of feeling wise. And they just sort of fell into place really nicely from their own separate sort of recording.
Yeah.
I mean, they were both recorded here at the Fabulous AFA, where the rest of the album was recorded, I believe.
Yeah, I think everything.
Yeah.
Except for the Luke Peters parts in there.
Yep, we
No,
got
he
some
came
stuff
here.
from Colorado.
We flew him in.
He astral traveled here. Took some ayahuasca. He made it over here.
It was a good trip.
All right, I got the video, guys. Should we cut to it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll
He
talk
says
about it
third
after.
time's a charm.
Third time's a charm. Here we go. Wish us luck, baby boys and girls and squirrels.
You do music?
Yep, I'm in a band called the Earthlings.
Does anybody here wanna bother anyone? Does anybody here wanna bother anyone? I'm not talking metaphorically, I'm talking literally throwing explosives down and blowing people's brains out. Does anybody here wanna bother anyone? Laser takes the problem. They brought it back, come on back.
My girl, there it is. Good job on that video, Elliot. Pretty sweet
Thank
stuff.
you.
Good job,
thank you.
Elliot.
Pretty
All
sweet stuff.
I gotta give a little story on this one because this was a weird one. we had just kind of started doing the videos, and I kind of had in my mind like the My Girl, like, oh, we gotta have some stuff, at the Air Force Base, and I like had the day, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna bike down to schwaaag and get some stuff, some helicopters, and I tried to walk in, and they're like, no, like, oh, okay, well, you guys are a little touchy today, but that's cool. I mean, whatever. I am me. I don't look like I belong here, so that's cool. And I turned around, and that lady that you saw at the end was an actual news reporter that was at the street with her camera pointed, and I walked up to her like, hey, what's going on? And she told me about the F-16 that had crashed the night before that came out of the 115th.
Right over in
based out of Madison.
In the upper
Yeah, they
peninsula,
crashed
did they crash?
up
Or did they
in
crash
the
in Michigan?
Hiawatha National Forest, kind of border of Michigan and Wisconsin. And there's been no official explanation as to why the plane went down or like an assessment. And they're back flying them again, like, I don't want to say crazy guys, but, when you have a plane go down and we lose an innocent person and, taxpayer, investment, to think that there's no accountability for that and that there's no real, like, push on it is something I just feel really strongly about. And there's a lot of progression that we need there, and a raising of awareness and
like
putting our feet down.
You can talk about how expensive the program is until you're blue in the face, but a lot of people won't hear it. But then if you point to, the actual human cost, where it's like, listen, we have like how important is this F-16, F-35 program here, and it's already costed a life, and it's like, is there better ways that we can spend our money in the community than to,
even within the Air National Guard, there's tons of other like missions that we can have and fund them, and creating emergency relief, medical, help. There's a plethora of things that we can fund and give jobs to National Guard workers, without endangering them, the city, and just the questionability of the usefulness of the technology itself too.
True that.
Yeah.
So we got the F-35 thing going on here. Luke, is there any sort of kind of hot button military industrial complex issues going on in the Colorado part of the country?
I can't say I'm really plugged into that, but the police state, I can point to that. That's an issue, and let's help out the homeless people. Let's feed our people. Let's educate our people. Let's save the planet. There's so many other things we can be spending our money on rather than militarizing our police and militarizing around the world. So with you 100%.
Amen. Well, on a much lighter note, Danielle wins the trivia. She got it right with the help of a hint and Logan winking in the comments. Logan Grahn shares the same birthday as Mike Tyson. No, that's me.
Wow.
See, I already got it. As Vince Carter. And then I was going to say, let's all go around and say a famous person we share a birthday with. Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson for Noe. Chucky, who you got?
Who you got, Chucky?
I don't know.
What? Wait, when's your birthday? We can check real quick.
Someone look it up for me.
We can check. We can check.
March 29th.
March 29th?
Oh, that's coming up too. Happy birthday coming up there.
I know mine.
I'm going to be 17 years old.
Oh, boy.
I'm going to watch some movies.
Wow. What's you, Elliot?
Oh, Flo Rida.
Flo Rida. That's a good one. That's a good one. Oh, I got another Rida for you. My birthday here. Well, I'm checking up Chucky's birthday, but my birthday is another Rida. It's Winona Rida. Is my birthday there?
That's the collaboration we all need in this.
Yeah, whoever Neil picks is my official birthday twin as well. I don't get a choice. He just gets to pick one of the probably hundreds of celebrities that share a birthday with me.
Let me check. Eric Idle.
Luke, what's
I
yours?
share with Eric.
Eric
Eric
Idle,
Idle.
dude.
Oh,
Oh, and composer Vangelis.
nice.
Dude, those are good birthdays.
All right.
There you go, Chuck.
Cuba
Congratulations.
Gooding Jr.
Who's
Cuba
yours,
Gooding
Luke?
Jr.
Oh, wow.
Who's yours, Luke?
Cuba Gooding Jr.
That's a good one.
Not bad at all.
Radio? Radio?
Radio, Snow
Company.
Dogs,
Good company. to
Pearl
be in.
Wow.
Harbor.
Amazing. Amazing, everyone. Well, we are going to hop into the next tune. I think we're going to say bye to Luke now. Thank you so much for
in the
joining us,
comments,
buddy.
Thank you
Yeah,
to Luke.
thanks for having me on and great work on the record and peace to everybody out there in the world. So
Anarchy to you.
Everybody, follow him on social media. Check out Smelling Melons. What's quick plug for the Smelling Melons? What's you guys working on right now?
yeah, we've got a live stream coming up April 20th or something like that. Maybe a couple
420 or
days
something?
after that.
All right.
We're doing a live stream, so all the links will be live, and you can see the links on our social at Smelling Melons.
Dope.
Awesome.
I'm going to be there.
All right, y'all. Next song up here is Dandelions. We're going to hop right into it.
See you, Luke.
Peace.
Bye, Luke.
There.
Can you pay your friend at the end? Yay!
Yeah, you gotta love those little fuzzy guys.
That guy was at Luke's cabin, right?
Yep.
Luke's
Northwoods
cabin.
Caterpillar.
Yeah, the cabin has been the birthing ground of many Earthling songs. I gotta give a shout out to Zoe, my daughter, on that one. That one I wrote watching her play in a bunch of dandelions. It was like one of those songs where it's just like, you know, I'm just gonna sing about what's in front of me, and I was like, oh, let's play outside. But then that pretty much always devolves into like existential dread about what I'm doing with my life. So the song
What a
kind
great
of
time to write a song.
turns into that. So
Gotta write a song. Those are song feelings.
those are song feelings. Either, in the words of A.V. Tier, either way you look at it, you have your fits, I have my fits, but feelings are good.
Feelings are good.
Feelings.
Feel what you're feeling, man.
Feelings are good.
Don't be passive in your feelings.
So we wrote down on our schedule that we gotta ask a trivia question or give something away somehow right now. Okay. But we didn't decide what question we were gonna do.
I think we can come up with something here.
We never calculated how many Earthlings there are. We should do that next song.
Okay.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, let's do another Earthlings trivia for Chuck. What was the first venue that the Earthlings ever played in?
Oh, it was the Gone Fish Inn.
Yes.
Yeah. What was the name of it? It's by Jerry's house. What's the name of the town?
Mount Vernon.
Mount Vernon. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
The first Earthlings gig I played at was at where was that place in Milwaukee? The Bremen Cafe.
Yeah,
I think that was my first one too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool.
Wow, really? Oh,
You had
that
your
was
mixer on a
that big of a
skateboard.
I
double.
had my
cool.
sample. I just had the sampler at that point, and I think it was the sampler on an upside down skateboard, and I had
recall the
and I was
skateboard.
doing penny whistle and rim, like a not rim,
Yeah.
clave, using the delay and stuff on the sampler, and then stuff on the sampler, and I was like, this is a fun band to be in.
Yeah, I was playing a floor tom and a tambourine. That was it.
That's it.
Yeah.
You lazy son of a god.
It was great.
Hey, I guess I was just saying I didn't have shit for that gig either. I was lazy
Cozy
too.
stage there for sure.
Oh yeah, shout out to Tom Gunther if he's out there in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy, big
Love
bomb
Tom.
Tom.
Yeah.
Let's see, what was the Chucky answered that one.
Okay, that was a very good answer.
I told you I knew my Earthlings ones. It was,
Free T-shirt for
other
you.
information
We
I
got
lack.
All right, let's.
Oh
think
yes,
about
Logan
one-
says slide whistle too. I do recall a little slide whistle in there. You're right. Good memory.
yes.
Somehow your memory is still on point, Logan.
Got it.
Moved to Colorado, you still got your memory
Way
somehow.
up, way up there in the mountains. He's still hanging in there.
Still hanging in there.
All right, let's think of something really cool. What was the stage that the Earthlings played at Summerfest?
Oh, I know this one.
What was the name of
Let's see if the people can come up with this one.
Oh, and bonus, what band did we ultimately was the headliner of that night for the stage? Because their gear was on stage all around us, and they had some cool
They were backlining.
drums.
I'm gonna need help with that one. I don't even.
Yeah,
remember.
they had a crazy setup. I mean, it was weird. They had like little stations all around, like they were running around a giant.
Yeah, and Nelly
kind of
was
thing.
next door, and he had 2 tour buses, and I saw someone carry like literally 20 boxes of pizza into one of the buses.
Damn, Nelly.
I was jealous.
It's getting high.
It's quite
Because all the
spicy in
pizza,
there.
you know.
Hot crust. So yeah,
Yeah,
what
throw it out
stage-
there.
let's,
Either of
yeah.
those answers
What
will be
stage
accepted.
of Summerfest did we play when we played there in
stage was that?
2015, maybe
Brywise says
early.
Marcus.
14?
Brywise says Marcus Amphitheater and Shinedown.
Oh, that would be amazing. Sorry, Wiley.
Kind of on the same vein, though. They
Same
were
vein.
Same radio station.
Is it a mud vein?
Yes. JJO would be playing both that band and the one that we actually were sharing the stage with. So
Okay, that's a good hint.
that's the hint.
Yeah.
What do we got
what's-
next for
What's our next tune?
next
Casio.
release?
We're running ahead of schedule, so let's talk about this one a little
This
bit.
this song has a a lot of rooms in it. It's got
A lot of rooms.
a lot of rooms. It's got one room that it starts out in. It's the foyer, and then when you walk into the room a little bit more, it drops down into a lower living room type area, and you just hang out there for a bit and jam. It's a good song. It's like I remember hearing it as like a synth, like the synth of it, and being like, how do we do this? And then just like kind of jamming it and stuff. But it's a great one.
I mean, I feel like you've always had your guitar tone has always been, you know, like you got all those pedals and stuff. It has a synthy texture to it. I remember the first gig we played with you on guitar was at the Rigby. It was me, you, and Neil for somebody's birthday.
Yeah, I remember that.
By the way, Susie G got it on Facebook. Harley Davidson stage. We had a big old hog hanging above us while we were
Susie,
playing.
you get a free shirt.
Free shirt for Susie. I don't know if we.
Susie.
These are all pretty small, but
I didn't even.
No,
bandana.
they're not. We got all
one?
sizes.
We got all
If
sizes?
we don't have the color you want or the size, we'll make a shirt for you, Mom.
we'll make it.
Whatever
for you.
Charlie
kind you want.
Peters, who answered correctly on
Charlie.
YouTube.
All right, so we got two winners.
So we're gonna do a split. Probably a
shirt
split,
down the
a
middle.
split win right there
Parents-
for Susie and
parents
Charlie.
of
I
Earthlings
think we
count.
can.
We can probably get both of the-
Those were both great answers and two great
Yeah.
individuals. I would love to put something on their torsos.
a photo finish. We'll get you guys something.
Yeah.
From both platforms there.
Yeah. If you're one of our winners, please shoot us a message and make sure that you get it. Clink us on the head and send us your address, and we'll get you a shirt.
Ba-boom, like that.
Yeah.
What were we talking about before?
The Harley Davidson stage with
The Rigby. Yeah, the first
Rigby.
gig. The first gig we had with you on guitar,
yeah,
Neil,
yeah,
was
yeah.
that birthday party, and there were like a number of points because we didn't practice that much. And it was just like, we know we can rock out these songs. We all know these songs. Let's just like have some fun. It's a birthday party. People are going to be pretty relaxed and inebriated, and it's going to be an easy crowd. Whatever.
Yeah.
We were pretty casual about it, and I just remember. So like we didn't really know a ton of like, especially melodically, what each other would be doing.
Yeah.
And there were a lot of points where I'm like, wait, I'm not doing that. Yeah. Cool. It was like a really sweet moment. And I was like, oh man, he can play more than just a bell kit. This is gonna be fun.
That was definitely a gig where it was like from that point up until that point I was just like playing glockenspiel.
Yeah.
And like that was the first time when you play and you're like, oh, okay, this is a point. This is like
That was like the
a
Earthlings
band,
cherry
like,
pop for you.
Yeah. That's like I can do this. I can tread water here. This is
Yeah.
great. This is awesome.
The Glockenspiel thing is kind of like basic training to get into this.
Yeah. You have to play glockenspiel for a certain number of years, and then you graduate up to maybe strings,
Yeah.
maybe something else.
If
or-
you can responsibly, kick ass on some like tiny little metal bars, then all right, give them a Marshall.
It's literally the path I took.
Look, we have a fully initiated member who went through the program and is exceeding all expectations. He's got his own business now.
Yes.
We'll be having a seminar later this weekend.
If you haven't had a Han yet and you're in Madison, you're missing out, and it's not too late.
Yeah,
it's not too late
Eat
to
a
get a
Han.
Han.
Eat it on. Random plug for Chucky's business.
That's a real blow right there.
Yeah, the name of our business, it's a restaurant, and it's Southeast Asian, and the word ahan just means food. So I like that about it.
Real easy to remember.
It'd be great, like being Lao too, and just driving through and like, I wonder where we should. Oh wow,
Wow, cool.
that seems like a place to eat.
Nice. All right, let's play some tunes. Casio. Casio's the
Casio.
next
Rock.
song. Here we go. We'll play it. We'll talk about it. And what the heck? After this song, we'll bring on our next special guest. We got Dan Hashke waiting on the line. We're gonna bring him on.
He's been cheerleading us.
Sitting on this monitor here the whole time, just looking at us, being like the our one
amazing.
audience member right now.
We are
the
playing
Buddha.
to Daniel,
and
he
we
is-
love him. We love him, and we're gonna have him on after this
Yeah.
song.
He's
Talk
ready.
to him. He's ready. Look at
He's
him.
there. Yeah,
killing-
he's
you can't see
clapping.
him
You
right
guys
now, but
can't
he's
see him
killing it.
yet. He'll be on. It'll be awesome.
Yeah. All right, let me find this video. Here we go. Casio, coming at ya.
Hey, welcome
back.
back,
Hey,
everybody. You guys
Facebook?
are watching on
Screw
Facebook
you,
there.
Facebook.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks a lot,
doesn't know
Facebook.
what
They kicked us off of Facebook there for a second on account of copyrighted music. You see, we released these songs as singles one by one, and then in
So they're out
releasing
there
this
already.
live stream,
Yes,
Facebook Live's algorithm has recognized our songs that we owned as songs being previously released, and so they ended our broadcast automatically because they saw that we were broadcasting music that they thought we didn't own, but we do own it. It's their version of
We
trying
promise.
to protect us, but
Thank you, guys, and because that's
boy,
a
was
real
that
problem.
a hiccup.
Yeah.
Because people are always
Do not
people
think
are always
that.
people
No.
are there's people out there that are trying to take our music. They're trying to do little live streams and play with their ponies with our music in the background, and they don't have our permission. So we're glad that they're being so
Let 'em-
thorough.
Buzz. Oh, people might have, the really
Buzz is here.
attentive viewers might have seen a human being walk through. We got Buzz Kemper. in
Buzz,
house.
the
Buzz
man of the
Kemper in
house.
He might join us later. But we do have a very special guest right now.
Buzz.
Not Buzz. No. No, this is a segue. Semi-special. We got Daniel Hashkey
Yes.
on the line from work, from Old Oaks. Can you hear us, Dan? Can we hear you?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Hell yeah,
I
we
can.
can. How's it doing, buddy?
I'm doing okay. I'm having a good time. I've just been jamming to Ellie's tunes. It's been fun.
Yeah, it's been funny. Just like sitting here watching you rock out. It's like, yay, it's almost like we're playing a show somehow. You're keeping that one element alive for us.
And
It was cool to
you've
see
been
the
such a
stream
presence.
die at the exact moment that I'm supposed to go on. I was like, oh, I guess I'm not hanging out.
Yeah, you're really here now.
So we during that last song and ourselves getting ourselves pulled down, we made the list, the master list of how many Earthlings there've been. And I don't know, Daniel, we're counting you as an honorary Earthling. You've
Yeah.
played with us.
You're
you know
on
how many
well.
times you've played with us? We were just talking, like, how many gigs have you played with us on stage before? At
I don't
least
know.
one,
Maybe
right?
at least one. There's one that's coming to mind, but I'm sure it's more than that. Maybe like 3 times.
Did you play at the Crystal with us?
Was that the last
Oh.
show?
I know you were at least
I was
at the
there.
last show pre-COVID. That was like March 14th at the Crystal Corner, and you
No,
were
I
definitely-
played with Spare Change Trio.
Gotcha.
Yeah, you're one of those like cell jumpers where we're like, is he in the band? All right,
Yeah.
he's on the song. This is cool. You're just one of those guys. You just feel like part of the fam, and it's always comfortable to be around and like collaborate with you. So
Oh, that means a lot. I feel like you guys feel like family to me too.
Oh, shucks.
you're the best. We love you.
And it's been fun seeing like the Earthlings and Old Oaks on this like parallel release trajectory where we were each like putting out tunes every Friday.
Yeah, it's been kind of cool. Yeah, I mean,
Whose
it's
idea
been
was
cool.
that?
I mean, I don't. I think it was just kind of a coincidence, wasn't it? Because I knew
think
that
it
like,
was, yeah. I remember because I remember talking to Frank from Old Oaks, and he was like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, we're gonna do like a pre-release of like these few tunes, and then like release the whole thing." I was like, "Oh, that's a cool idea! Like release a few tunes from it, and then we were like, oh, let's just do that with the whole album. Yeah, let's like release a song a week. Oh, sweet, that's a good idea." And then like a week later, I'm talking to Frank. He's like, "Yeah, I think we might just do a song a week too." So it was very much just like I think we each had a nugget of a good idea, and we just we just leapfrogged.
It's kind of like a morphological field there where we're all like drawing from the energy around. Like, this is a good idea. This is a good way to do it. Kind of bumping it on the rails, and it was a good like approach to do it. And those Old Oak tunes are nice, and you definitely add this really nice lilting, like atmosphere to those acoustic tracks.
oh, I appreciate that. Thank you.
So we on our schedule, we were going to have you on before the song that you're actually on Area 51.
Sure.
Area 51 is the name of the song. We have one song before that named Augur, and I think this might be just a fun little question for you. So a little backstory for everybody about this song. This song, I I basically made it the beginnings of it like with an old jog wheel iPod and my sampler. I was like,
Yes.
we had been doing our Daft Punk cover set for the High Noon. I think it was after that, and I was just like, sampling is the best. I'm gonna do a song like that uses sampling compositionally, but not on a computer. So I just sat in my room late at night with a jog wheel iPod and my sampler, and tried to repitch all of these, little micro samples to make a song, and that's what Augur is. So my question to you, Dan, I'm going to list off all of the bands that I sampled, and then I want you to pick your favorite, okay?
Oh, okay.
All right, here we go. Yes, My Morning Jacket, Toots and the Maytals, A Perfect Circle, and Godspeed You Black Emperor.
Oh wow, that's pretty eclectic.
Are you familiar with all those bands?
Pretty eclectic group there.
Yeah, I don't say I've heard of Yes.
Answer in the comments and messages if you guys have a preference there.
Any other besides Yes?
No, honestly, no. The last name you said kind of sounded familiar, but I can't say I know any
Godspeed
of
You
this
Black
stuff.
Emperor.
Yeah. But I don't know if I know
they're
anything,
this
so.
really kind of like post-rock doomy band. They like Elliot. What is their lineup usually? It's like cello, 2 drums, a bunch of people on electronics. It's just like weirdness, right?
Yeah, it's
woman
kinda like
harmonies.
neoclassical, very ambient guitars, violins.
Oh yes.
The whole gamut really. They're very powerful, very long form. They're like they're post rock really.
After it all,
They're really way past
field recordings.
Mm-hmm.
There's
Yeah,
the old guy
sampling, lots of talking of people talking to vagrants in the street.
Yes.
like it's poetry, like
A lot of
street
interesting,
poetry.
yes, people, yes, the people's voice is very well represented in there.
Resonant strings. Just
They're very socially kind of politically conscious band too. That's very much kind of in the realm, I think, of
very culturally aware.
we're pushing in this album and like the stance.
Not that old.
But we're definitely going to get kicked off YouTube now that you named all of those samples.
Now they'll know.
Oh shit! Well, we got one. We at least have one more original song before we get kicked off. So let's do. Oh no, we don't. What are we talking about? We're
got 2
setting
more.
it up. Augur. Well, let's give it a try, folks. Let's give it a try. We're gonna play Augur here, and then when we get back, we're gonna talk Area 51 with Dan Hashke here.
We love it.
Whoop, whoop.
We love
Damn.
it.
Oh.
We love it.
Oh, hold on a second. Hold
We
on.
got a lot.
Let's keep talking a second.
We're super collaging.
We gotta
We're
keep
collaging,
going.
collages on collages.
So all the viewers will notice how we have this fun purple background here, and the Earthlings and the Peace and Anarchy are sliding around. We were playing around with some multi-view stuff in vMix, which we're using to stream. Shout out to vMix.
vMix.
And I had the overlays on the Augur video, and now I don't. So I'm gonna play the Augur video.
Oh.
Right now. All right,
Right.
enjoy.
And we are up
We're gonna
here.
get there's
There's
no
no
sound.
sound. Jeez.
Don't
All right,
have any
guys. Kill
sound
some
in that
time.
one.
Daniel, you're still here. Talk to Elliot about something. I'm gonna pull up that video.
Dan, let's talk about something, Dan. I'd really like to talk to you about something.
Hey, when did you come in to
appreciate-
record? How long ago do you think that was recording for Area 51?
When was that? That was in December, I think. Because you guys mentioned like, oh, maybe we'll bring it out by New Year's. I was like, that's like 3 weeks
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
Yeah, that happened.
Right.
There's definitely we bit off more than we can chew in the release deadline. We had one idea of releasing it, but then also the way we've ended up releasing it, where it was single by single, it sort of feeds into that like the one track relating to another. Like it was a longer release time, but it's all still felt like it was under the same creative umbrella. But like, it was still cool. Like, asking you to come on and be a part of being a part of the recording process.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, yeah, that was we recorded in December, but I remember, like, the whole creative process for the songs was all the way back in 2019. Like when I talked to Elliot, because you came up to me, I think, at what's now the Burr Oak. We're at some show there. Maybe it was like a groove roulette or something, and you came up and was like, "Oh, I have the song about the Area 51 meme thing." And then I met at your place and we like did some arranging for it, and then 2019 got really busy, and then the pandemic happened, and then so nothing really happened until like a year and a half later.
Right.
But now we have it. It's great.
Follow.
Yeah.
If you can tell.
It's kind of nice to have like the tense of it, like, oh, I'll be in Nevada in 2019, like coming from this moment, you know, it's like gives it a kind of a timeless quality.
Yeah.
Like, we're gonna be there in the past. so it'll never like go out of date because it's, you know, it's already like in the ether. But yeah, I remember playing that in the basement with you at Horde Street, and you were just ripping some like flute lines, and I had that on my phone.
I think I still have it on my phone too.
Yeah.
I think that was he, like Elliot after a practice once, like showed us that phone recording, and that was sort of like this is how the song is going to come together now. This is what we've needed. It was Dan playing, was it sax or flute or
I think it was
brought the flute that day.
It was like fifery. It was like
Yeah, it was like Revolutionary War Southern rock. It was like, this is awesome.
Like
that's our new genre, Revolutionary War Southern rock.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Beautiful.
So I got the Augur video. Thanks for killing some time with us there, Daniel. We'll be back with Daniel Hashke and one more special guest as well on at the same time. We'll see how this works. All right, Augur coming up.
And we're back at AFA.
Are we back?
Hello,
We're
hello.
back. Holy crap, we're back. Let me make sure that Daniel's on. Daniel, are you on?
I am on. I'm
You
ready.
on? You on, baby? You on? All right, let me see here. This is fun. I gotta like menu dig to switch cameras in this fun little multi-frame thing here. But we have in studio Buzz Kemper sitting right here. Owner, maestro, kind of like Uber. Can you talk to me? I never checked your mic. Let me check your mic.
Oh, am I actually? I'm speaking into it, and I should probably turn my phone down because now it's echoing. So
It might not be working.
Oh no. Do a little switcheroo.
Switch here. Hold on a second.
You got some.
Hearing it.
Maybe switch seats would be real.
That's much.
Here we go. Here we go.
But yeah, that was Auger. That was a fun jam. I was behind the video on that one. I got to give it up to Elliot for kind of taking the helm on most of these videos. Hi, John Anderson, watching on Facebook.
Johnny boy.
What's up,
Ahoy.
Brienne Byers?
Hello.
We got a bunch of Colorado people watching in the house. That's awesome.
Yes, the mountain folk.
But yeah, Auger, that was it too. I made the video on that one. Got to give it up to Elliot for cranking out all the other ones.
No, you did a beautiful job on that. I love the layering with the old public archive stuff of the factories, and
Yes,
Yeah.
that
public
song's
archive
really
footage.
cool with the samples. It's got its own unique kind of flair to it.
There's pretty much every song we do. I'm like, we wouldn't release it if we weren't proud of it on some sort of level or thought that it was cool.
Yeah.
But that song is very special to me because it was an exercise. It was like, how can I limit myself in the most narrow fashion, like use an iPod with a jog wheel to make a song.
Yeah.
And the narrowing of your options can really create really creative things.
Yeah, because you got to use creativity to make something cool. If it's not inherently, giving you all the options, you got to work for it. Yeah, there's something to that.
That's
definitely.
right. And Buzz, I'll pose the same question I posed to Daniel. What's your favorite of Yes? And I guess we'll have to see which ones you're familiar with. Yes, My Morning Jacket, A Perfect Circle, Toots and the Maytals, Godspeed You Black Emperor.
So I know them all except Godspeed.
Okay.
So the others I know of and have heard, and I would have to. I really like A Perfect Circle a lot, and I have several of their records. But I'm gonna go with Yes, just because there are so many songs that have meant things to me at various points of my life when they came along. Yeah, and
yeah, it's gotta be interesting. I mean, it's so funny. I feel, for anybody who doesn't know, Buzz and I, both Audio for the Arts people, we see each other pretty much every day these days.
sometimes till 1 a.m.
Sometimes till 1 a.m, like
Yeah.
last night. But it's interesting. Feel such a kinship with you on like a regular person level. But then
Yeah.
it's like you've been alive twice as long as I've been alive. Which is bananas.
True. And I'm no smarter. That's the tragic part of this whole equation.
But you have that. You got to hear Yes when that shit came out.
Yeah.
What was when 902? What was the album we were listening to?
90125 maybe.
Yeah, something.
The
I don't
80s
remember. It was the one with the So by that time, I was almost over them. They were a little too poppy for me at that point. I was really into the early stuff, and this is the stuff that
Fragile.
that was Fragile. The Yes album and Fragile, and what was the one after that? Even basically through Tales of Topographic Oceans, I was totally with them. And Relayer, I love Relayer. This is stuff that I was listening to, in high school, and so it really meant a lot to me. And Jethro Tull, and groups like that. And my friends and I, and this is one of the things I appreciate about you guys, is that you guys are very creative and outside the box. And in my high school days, I did a lot of art classes, and the art teacher would let us bring records in so that we could play them while we were working on our pottery or our paintings or whatever. And my classmates would bring in, at the most adventurous, they would bring in a Bob Dylan record. And usually it was, Don McLean or Three Dog Night or something. It wasn't bad music, but it just was whatever was on the radio. And I came in one day with the Mahavishnu Orchestra.
Oh,
and my classmates were basically like, what the F, what is wrong with this guy? And I've always been like that. I've always looked for stuff that was just a little outside the box, because the stuff that's on the radio isn't bad,
Right.
but I get to hear it quite frequently.
Yeah.
I don't need to bring that into art class.
Fair enough.
So I need the Earthlings.
Oh,
to see that.
that means a lot. That's a perfect segue. Outside the Box, Area 51, the last song on the album. We've reached that point.
Oh,
We've
ladies
reached
and
it. What,
gentlemen.
so you're the writer behind this.
come there.
What was the day you wrote? Do you recall like the kernel of this tune, Elliot?
The kernel of it, Dan hinted at it previously. And just to kind of lead into that, the whole UFO and alien thing has been near and dear to like the Earthlings from the beginning. Me and Chucky kind of hit that off, and Jerry also was very much, intrigued by this possibility of what are these things, and some of the experiences that we've had that defy conventional explanation or any real explanation that we can nail down and say, there it is. And so I've always been like, when you look at the history of UFOs in American government, it's like watching a roller coaster. Like, oh, everybody's seeing this stuff in Washington, D.C. We have to do something.
Yeah, from like Project Blue Book to like categorically deny everything to the former frontman of Blink-182 cooperating with the CIA.
Yeah.
It's mind-boggling to really wrap your head around what they're thinking. And I think a big part of it is that there's no unified apparatus that is trying to either deny their existence or put them out there. Even within the government, there's some people that are like, this is a national security threat. Some people think, oh, these things are trying to tell us not to do nukes. And some are like, oh, those are demons. And then some can't conceptually even, they're like, they deny it altogether. And then there's the people that are debunkers that really are scientifically, because it's not in a textbook, they're unable to see it. Yeah. So there's such a plethora of complicating elements there going on, but it's always been something that I've known is real as a phenomena, and it's fun to watch that dance of the government and society. And when this Storm Area 51 thing started catching steam in 2019, I was watching that really close. And this Facebook event, if people recall, got up to around 8 million people that said they were going to storm Area 51.
That's right.
And there were all these different plans and these memes that were spreading throughout, like the Naruto runners are going to go around the side. We'll tell the Kyles, we'll put the Kyles in the front and tell them that their stepdad, doesn't think that they're smarter than their brother.
Got the Chads in the rear.
The Chads in the rear, and then we'll have the snipers, but the snipers are shooting pebbles because we don't want to hurt anyone. And in the midst of all that, somehow the bubbling of the massiveness of that by all the different people that fed into it for all different reasons, because then you have the guys that are coming in there on the forums that are like, well, if you guys really want to do this, you're going to have to do it right. You're going to need lines of AR-15s. You know what I mean? Like there were those people that were like, oh hell yeah, let's really, you know what I mean?
Let's storm it. Let's raid it.
It was mind-boggling just to see the chaos and the official statement that they put out.
Right.
The actual
Air Force
army
base,
reaction to it, like they're gonna, they have to actually take this seriously.
Yeah.
Because 8 million people are RSVPing to it. It's,
How many subcategories were there? Like a group of people who were abducted for sex experiments but weren't satisfied?
Right.
Chagrined lovers are. Yeah.
It's hard to nail it down.
Yeah. Okay.
It's all the different types. But I guess just to ask you, Buzz and Dan, have you had any UFO type experiences where you've seen anything that just made you like scratch your head and like say, "What the heck?"
I do have
Buzz first here.
Yeah,
Buzz
okay.
first.
I'll go. So so my when I was a kid, my sister was really into horseback riding, and she always had a horse when she was like in her teen years, and we would keep it out at these farms. And we I think it was my older brother and I drove my sister out. I mean, he drove because I was like 12, but there were a bunch of clouds up in the sky, and we were out at this horse farm, and we were kind of enjoying ourselves. And all of a sudden, one of these clouds started to move really, really quickly and weirdly, and then just disappeared. And I don't pretend to have any idea what it was, hence, unidentified is actually a key word here. Yeah. What I will say is that I would find it extraordinary if we are the only intelligent life in the universe. There are just too many planets for that to be the case. Mm-hmm. So who knows? I would love to think that there were aliens who really dug my sister's horse and just wanted to come out.
Right.
Just a fan of the breed.
Cool, that's great. Yeah, and that's part of, to me, the fun of the mystery is that there's so many different types of phenomena. I think there's a lot of answers too. It's not just one thing.
Right.
And in addition to all the planets and life that's out there, like how much life on Earth have we yet to discover?
Right.
Or even identify as being a type of life form, We're still finding those things. So yeah, in my mind, scientifically, most of what reality is a UFO.
Yeah. Even though some of it doesn't fly. But it could be a UUO, which is an unidentified unflying object.
Unidentified
object. Absolutely.
Yeah. Have you seen anything crazy, Dan?
I can't say that I have, but I mean, I feel like generally I agree with Buzz and probably you all, where there's just so many planets, and the universe is just so massive that I feel like life of some sort has to exist somewhere else. I feel like that's statistically likely,
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I studied philosophy in college, so that's kind of cues where my brain is, where it's a mix of doing thoughts experiments like that, but also philosophy is really cynical. If you can't prove it, it's not real,
Uh-huh.
So when people say stories, I'm like, huh, okay, but what could it be? What else could it be? But at the same time, it's why not? They're Buzz's story that's fairly compelling to me. If just a cloud just suddenly starts moving way faster than the rest, that's wild,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's appropriate to think outside the box as to what that could be.
Yeah, even if you have that really skeptical mindset of just it's not, we don't know what it is until you prove it. Therefore, any explanation is worthy of entertaining at some level.
Yeah.
You shouldn't just automatically say no to anything if you're going to have that mindset of oh, anything's possible, prove it, right? And let's see some, tactile evidence. And I haven't had any personal experiences, but I remember doing some research projects and in high school about UFOs, and reading some of the military reports from around the world, not even just U.S. white papers, but Portuguese white papers, and Brazil had some pretty intense stuff going on, and there is some.
Mexico is in the open that they exist.
It's really, it's a fun rabbit hole to go down, because it's one of those things where probably 75% of the stuff out there is a crock of crap, but the things that are out there are pretty amazing and compelling, and I'm still I don't know, that personal experience is something that can really instill a belief in someone.
Yeah.
But
that's where I have to cut you off. Because
you are being cut off, sir.
Because it's belief. This is really kind of the crux of it to me, because I don't have to believe. UFO has nothing to do with belief. UFO is that you don't know what it is, right? So it's when these people start saying, "Oh, that's an alien," or "That was an ET spacecraft for sure." Then you're getting into belief. But UFO is almost the opposite of
like
belief.
anti-belief, yeah.
Yeah,
or
you,
like
you don't know what it is, and just.
it's
Did you want to
a
finish that? I'm
humility.
sorry.
It's
No,
the
no,
humi-
no, that's
humility.
actually a really good point. That is kind of like.
But there's so much belief that flies around it, and even from people who haven't seen, we have to speculate to some extent what exists in the world beyond what we
people
know.
are so quick to validate each other's beliefs before that speculation takes them to like the crux of what they're looking for. And like maybe, if you follow the breadcrumbs with a little bit more of like a naked mind, you might be able to expose yourself to something you wouldn't necessarily see right away.
Right.
Yeah,
And if
none-
it is something you don't know, the more that you can suspend your disbelief, I think the clearer a picture you'll get of what it could be. Because any category that you put it into is going to, lower the resolution. But I want to tell you one story here, one experience I had, that there's a weird synchronicity kind of element that comes into these things with a lot of like experiences. And this was one I had with my buddy Jerry, one of the founders of the Earthlings. We were walking up to the Capitol, hanging out one night. And he was telling me about how he'd be out in Mount Vernon and watching these lights, in the sky moving around, and that there's a certain aura around it, that there's a different kind of glow when it's one of these ships or whatever. And we're walking around, and he's like pointing, like, we're getting up to the Capitol, and he's like that right there. And I look up, and I'm like, yeah, dude, that looks like a star. I mean, I don't know. And there's like people walking by, and we're just like staring up in the sky and like pointing, and they're like, what the heck? Like, what are these guys doing? And I'm like, yeah, I don't know. And then I look over at another light, and I see this aura. And I'm like, oh my God, that one, okay, I'm kind of seeing it. And then I'm looking over, and I'm like, oh, that one's got it too. And then I'm like, every star, and I'm like, oh, wait a second, slow down. Let me find a star that I know is a star, and let's compare the auras, right? Yeah. So like, okay, let's look. Okay, here's the Big Dipper, and I point at the Big Dipper, and then out of the Big Dipper erupt these two lights, like half the size of the moon and as bright as the full moon. They shoot out, they zip out of the Big Dipper, and they do these turns. They stay equidistant, but they move like this, spin around, and shoot and disappear in a period of like 5
Is that by the
seconds.
Arboretum?
This was right up at the Capitol.
Okay.
Yeah, Logan's talking about a different one there.
Yeah, okay. I see Logan in the comments.
Oh,
is
yes.
Like Arboretum.
Yeah, me and Logan had
ET.
all right, one more quick. I could do this forever, but I want Chucky to. I want you to give your story if you're cool with that. Could you give us a little? Quick one. Just a really. I mean, it's so in depth, but let me tell Logan's. Then you can give a little quip. I mean, this goes into depth. But me and Logan are longboarding out in Fitchburg. And we see this this orange light pop up kind of on the horizon. We're like, huh, that's kind of weird. What's that? Like, I don't know. Just keep longboarding and look back. Oh yeah, man, that's really weird. What the heck? And keep skating. Look back. It's gone. Huh? What was that? I mean, that was really weird. And then all of a sudden, poof, it popped. It just popped into being again. Maybe 20 degrees over on the horizon. We're like, whoa. What the heck? Like, okay, now it's moving. That's definitely moving. Like, oh, it's moving too closer to us. This thing was, maybe 100 yards up. It looked like maybe 3 meters across. And it came right over us, just this golden orb, like holographic, shaping in and out of geometries, came right over us, drifted in the clouds, and went over the trees.
Oh my
right
gosh!
past. It's just like
Logan's saying that him and Charlie Sennett experienced something like that last night on a mountain.
Really?
On the top of a mountain out in Colorado, man.
Wow, beautiful.
Dude,
Orange.
Jealous.
Yeah, those orange orbs are epic.
That would be something to see.
Yeah, Chucky, what's yours a
little?
What's your
Oh, yeah, mine. I was with my family in Horseshoe Beach, Florida, at my grandparents' place, and my brother and his roommate were out on the back looking at the Gulf, and they were out there for a little bit, and I was inside watching Kentucky play Ohio State with my dad. It was like the Elite Eight or something like that to give you a frame of time. And my brother, he comes running in. He's just like, Chucky, you gotta look at this. And so I go and I walk out to the balcony, and there's these two sets of like three lights. There's two sets of them, and they are darting across the horizon back and forth in an insane rate. And they would move fairly fast, and then they kind of chilled out, and it started getting like closer and closer to the shoreline. And so we like go down from the balcony, and we're like on the beach and stuff like that, and it's getting really close, like very, very close. And it starts like getting like really far away, and then really close, and then really far away, and then really close. And we're like, what the hell? It's like jutting back and forth really crazy. And then we're realizing, we're like, no, it's going up and down really crazy. It's not going out, it's going up and then down. That's why it's seeming like it's getting, further away. And it starts like slowing down, and it gets to the point where it's almost like right above the house. And it's like a beach house. It's like got stilts or whatnot. And I freak out. I've never had this feeling in my life before. I freak out. I ran and I hid underneath the porch. I was like, I'm too scared of this. This is something I'm unable to comprehend. And my brother, he's standing out there just like looking up, and I'm just like, Tony!
They're here!
And so this was like going on for a good 15 plus minutes. And at one point we had run to like, Dad, get down here, you gotta see. He's like, I'm watching basketball. And we're like, well, fuck it, we're not watching basketball. We're going to look at this. And it hovers over us for a while, and then it like just zips off. It almost looks like a shooting star. It zipped off. And then we look over to the other part of the harbor, and then all of a sudden there is about a dozen sets of these lights. And then they slowly went over the Gulf, and then they just disappeared for like a span of like 20 minutes. So it was like an hour-long, crazy experience.
Wow. That's funny. All right, so you talking about how you ran and hide there. So I haven't had any UFO experiences, but like I had a dream once that like had a lot of similarities to like abduction stories, where like it was like a ghost dream, and it was a super vivid dream. And I remember like not seeing the ghost, but like feeling this like entity that was like smarter, more capable, like more evolved than me, like sitting there in front of me. And it had like in the dream, like pushed me down like onto a couch. And I remember like it was like real life, one of those dreams where like you really feel what is happening in the dream. I was like a pressure on my chest. And I was just like, paralyzed, wanted to scream. That's like one of the abductor dream things, like, oh my God, like, what the hell is this? Run and hide. And like, even though that was a dream, that experience, like, I don't know, it's crazy.
It was the scariest thing I've ever experienced, easily.
Can't imagine it being like real life.
It was cool though, but scary.
Yeah. And it's so hard to like put into a logical framework. Like even if it was an ET, like that would probably be the best way to do it, like to make sense of it, because like
at least it's a real thing. Yeah,
like what military operation is going to do something that crazy, and you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, it was like the craziest thing too about that is like we were driving back from Florida to Wisconsin the next day. It was me, my brother, and his roommate, and like we were in a car for like 15 hours, and we kept on like having to like we'd forget about it, and then like it was one person would be like, hey, dude, do you remember what happened? Like
checking on each other.
We kept forgetting
a dream,
about
right?
it. No one like really like was like, wait, did that? We always kept having to check on it, and then we were like looking on all the forums and shit, and people were like, yeah, other people reported seeing things in that same area that same night. We're like, holy shit.
Wow. Keep an open mind, folks.
Yes.
Keep an open
much to
mind.
learn. Much to learn.
They're out there. They're out there.
Well, that was a pretty fun segue.
That was beautiful.
Thank
Thank you, Chuck.
Let's listen to Area 51. Here we go. Last song on the album. We'll come back. We'll say goodbye. Daniel's going to hang on the line here with us for the final goodbye. We got a little bottle of Patron hiding back over there. Daniel, if you have any tequila, I would suggest you go find it. We'll be right back. Last song. Thank you, everybody
Love
who's still
you
watching.
all.
This
Love
has
you.
been pretty
Love y'all.
freaking great. Area 51. Here we go.
Dan Haschke on tenor sax.
And flute. And soprano
Not
sax.
clarinet.
Not
Sounds
clarinet.
like a clarinet, but don't be
Not
fooled.
clarinet.
No clarinet.
I believe there are UFOs. I believe surely Earth cannot be the only site of intelligent life in the entire so our solar system or other solar systems. Surely we're not the only ones, and I think they come and check on us every now and then. If you don't think so, if you don't think UFOs exist, listen to this.
I'd love to be a fly on the wall in that room.
Everybody wants to know what's going on. Everybody wants to see. Everybody wants to feel the power, Lord. Some people they hide it just to leave. So I'll be waiting in the ladder. September 20th, 2019. Down there, staring in the sky without caring for wide world or galaxy. Now some people say some seriously unexplainable phenomenon. Some feel you natural, animal, spiritual, material, but them boys and the girls at stake is just rocking out. Well, that's how she just can't breathe. So I'll be waiting that on September 20th, 2019. I'll be sitting in this sky without care in this whole wide world or galaxy. Every guy in our life, we don't even go there. We don't need trouble to breathe. Thank God, I swear, for letting us get this far. Now it's up to us to save up me. Galaxy.
What an ending. What
Oh
an
my
ending.
God, we made it.
That was it. We did it.
We made it to the end. Daniel, oh my gosh, this has been like one of the first times I've actually been able to just like sit down and listen to that song and enjoy it. And the flurry at the end of just like all your madness is great.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. I just see it in the comments, but yeah, that sort of stuff is like one of my favorite things to record, you know, or just like play, just making like growly sounds and like.
Yeah. Just biting the reed and like.
And
that's so awesome.
Yeah,
that's so awesome.
Everything you did in that song, I feel like it covers like the whole. Do you tell like if you're gonna have a horn player or a collaborator play on something? It's like, do you tell them what to play? Do you tell them like just have at it? And I feel like we kind of like touched every little base. It was like we started out just like. Do a pass on soprano. Do a pass on flute. And then we're like, oh, this melody. Let's do that melody. Okay, we got one thing that we decided to do. All right, go back, have fun. I feel like it's just, it really kind of shows off your talents in a way, even though people who are just listening might not understand. Like, you covered every approach, and that's what's fun working with you, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, thank you. It was kind of fun to just like show up and just like figure stuff out. But I also feel like you guys directed it well too. You know, it wasn't just like I was there directionless doing my own thing. I mean, some of it was like that for sure. But like you're saying, like we framed it in a direction that you wanted, and it ended up being a cool product.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, definitely, like that is something I like. As of just recorded more with the Earthlings and with more people, it's creating that kind of mental space for the person who's recording is something I definitely like that we definitely try to be conscious about. Like, let's have it be free and fun, but then we have anchor points that they sound good, but it helps the person if like, because sometimes when the person is just like, that was great, do it again. You're like, well, what the hell do you
What
want
did you
from
like
me?
about it?
It's
What's
like,
the
right.
There's a
Help me out
balance
here.
to be had, and it is a conscious balance, and yeah, it turned out freaking awesome. I can't wait to do it again.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
get even further out into outer space.
Everybody, we're here. End of the stream.
Cheers to everyone. Congratulations. Thanks for rocking along. Thank you, Daniel. To the future.
Everybody watching at home, thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Friends,
Thank
family.
you so much.
We'll see you at Maybash and
We
out
hope-
and about
We
on
hope
the
to
internets.
see you guys to
Yeah,
do
let's-
these more.
Let's plug. What do we all got to plug? Daniel, you go first. Plug time. Work. What's happening?
I'm in two main bands, Work and Old Oaks. Work released a single recently called Ignition, and Old Oaks, as we just mentioned earlier, Old Oaks has been releasing a song weekly, basically the same amount of time as y'all have. We just released a song today, Dancing With You, and our last song is going to be next Friday, which is my favorite song on the track, actually, the whole album, which Waiting Out the Storm, which Noah recorded.
Yeah.
So it's good.
No, and I was going to say, actually, I'm glad you mentioned, because how I said this was like the first time I got to listen to that song completely, to Area 51 completely relaxed. I've been listening to these as you release them like on Bandcamp, and it's like, wow, this is actually pretty good stuff. Like, when you're involved in making it, it's my job to just try and listen for all of the things that are wrong with it. So it's like, if there's anything hiding in there, it's my job to seek it out and make it awesome. And listening to those, it's like, wow, these are some pretty great tunes. What's the really Tommy one?
Tommy.
The dark
Pickles.
one.
Is it the last song, Waiting Out the Storm, where Claire's on the bow?
Waiting Out the Storm. Yeah,
that's the one that's coming out next week.
Yes.
Next Friday.
That's the one. That's the jam.
Right. Can't wait for that.
And what do we got to plug? Maybash?
We got Maybash.
We get a
We're
little
doing
Maybash.
Friday night at Maybash. It's going to be virtual. Looking at doing the Hellbash thing, but we're gonna do one of these things, but we're gonna put some instruments up and rock out.
We'll be live.
We'll be
see.
live.
We got to talk about it.
Yep.
Oh, I hope so. I hope so.
I got some ideas.
It's gonna be weird.
Oh my
it's
goodness,
gonna be
it's gonna be
wild.
fun.
You know, we're in a room by ourselves without adults, so.
Well, what I
God
kind of want
knows.
to, I'm going to let the cat out of the bag. I think it would be fun
Oh,
to
boy.
either get a hot spot and go stream from a sandbar on the Wisconsin River, or go record a set at night on the Wisconsin River on a sandbar, and then just
broadcast
stream
the
a pre-canned thing.
Either way.
Which
Yeah.
sounds
Not
kind of like
as
a wussy way
dangerous.
out. It's not as dangerous,
Yeah,
but
I like the risk.
the risk, baby.
Gosh,
Yeah,
that would be
stream from
awesome.
the stream.
When is
Some
Maybash
kind of
again?
stream. It's gonna be.
It's Memorial Day weekend still, right?
I think
Yep.
yeah.
Memorial Day weekend.
Keep an eye out for that. But yeah, we're gonna be doing some outside stuff here at Come Back In and Wednesday Night Live. So it's gonna be awesome to start jamming again and in the world a little bit. You know.
Yeah,
Congrats everyone
gonna-
who's done their job being safe for this past year.
Yeah.
You know.
Thank you guys.
We've made it what it is, and it's a wild ride. But
Come back in.
thanks everybody for
But hey,
doing
I
their
mean,
part there.
Chucky had his first vaccination shot.
Chucky
Our
got a
parents
vax.
got the first shot. You
The
know,
vax is coming around.
The whole pandemic has certainly made me even more cynical than I already am. But I feel like I'm seeing a little bit of a light at the end of the tunnel.
Yep,
It's
definitely.
been an exercise in anti-cynicism this whole year.
Right.
It's been like every corner you're like forced to remain cynical, and that you guys have stuck it out is evidence that you are not cynical pessimists. You guys are here with us.
Yeah.
Love everybody.
Amen.
Love you guys.
Funk yeah.
You guys
Funk
made
yeah.
you guys made it.
Funk yeah! All right, Daniel. Thank you.
Dan, thanks for being here, bro. You're the man.
Thank you guys for having me.
Thank you, Dan.
Yes. Goodbye, everybody.
Let's
Thanks,
do
Internet world.
more in the future,
We're
man.
gonna do more of this stuff for sure. This is
Good.
a lot of fun.
It's not over yet.
You don't have to watch us set up for the whole time next time, Dan.
It's fine. It's fine. No, I had a good time.
All right, I'm
great
gonna,
having you.
I'm gonna see if I can have some of the beautiful little organ music come in under us here. Here
All right, we're
go.
gonna fade out
See
nice
if we
and
can
smooth.
fade in,
It's all about
fade
the
out.
transitions.
Maybe have that little
Get some
little
animation.
animation.
Come on, give me
I
some
can't.
organ music.
I can't. Never mind. We're just gonna end
All
it.
right,
Goodbye.
well, yeah.
Okay, thank you
Yeah,
everybody
3,
for
2,
joining
1.
us. It's been awesome. If you guys won trivia, we do have a list here of everybody who's won trivia, so we'll be getting in touch with you via comments or via
Shoot the
personal
Earthlings
messages
a message.
there.
That'll be a good way for us to see that. So we want to get those shirts out to y'all, and yeah, check it out on Bandcamp. Check out the videos; they're out on YouTube, and we'll have some more shirts on the Bandcamp store. And yeah, go strong.
Hang
Keep it
loose,
real.
babies.
Love you guys. Stay safe. Mwah, mwah.